And David's dead. This is my podcast now.
I'm taking over. I am Captain now. Welcome back to Not Your Mama's Podcast. I'm here with my co-host Tristan. No Wyatt because Wyatt is
Family Matters.
Family Matters. Never watched that show. Did you ever watch it?
I might have. I can't really think of which one we're talking about.
The show Family Matters.
I know, but because I get it confused with like The Nanny and Wife with Kid or Married with Kids.
How do you get it mixed with The Nanny? It's called Family Matters. How do you get the names mixed up?
I can't remember which one it was. Who's the star in it?
Steve Urkel.
Oh, that one.
I think it's Family Matters.
I don't know.
Did I just guess?
I don't think that's Family Matters. I don't think so.
I need to stop drinking this or I'm gonna be like. But, actually, I think it was Steve Urkel. I know he was in it.
No, Family Matters. Family Matters is a newer TV show. Yeah, it is. It's a newer TV show.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Alright, so the topic of this podcast... And it's not. The topic of this podcast is going to be about our broken dreams. Oh!
Partay.
Partay. This is crying.
My phone's about to die. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. Just everything that hits the table is going to be transferred to the mic. So hopefully it's not that loud. I'm going to check this thing out, though. But anyways, we're talking about our broken dreams and how we never amounted to them besides Tristan. And we have good news about that. Tristan got accepted onto Auburn for zoology.
Yeah.
So what is zoology for the people who don't know?
So zoology or zoology, depending on what.
Zoology?
Yes.
Zoe 101ology?
Yeah, basically. Professors have argued over how to pronounce it. It looks like zoology, so they say it's pronounced like zoology, but whatever you pronounce it as, it is the study of animals and their environment. So basically what they eat, where they travel to.
How they poop?
Yeah, really.
Whoa, you get to study poop?
Basically just everything that happens on with the animal that you're going to be specifically studied with.
What's the animal you're going to be specifically studying?
I want to do pachyderms. So it literally translates to thick skin. So elephants, rhinos, hippos, yeah, stuff like that. That's
what do you call a camel with 3 humps?
Pregnant.
Stop. I was watching Zootopia today. But,
I was about to say you had to get that from there.
Yeah, I did.
That's the only show I know that it's from.
But, I was gonna be a programmer. I was gonna be part of the, well, let's continue yours real fast and then we'll talk about mine. What else about zoology? Pachyderms? What if you don't get pachyderms, dude?
Then I'll just do basic mammals.
What if you don't get that? What if you get something like Aquaman fish?
Aquaman fish?
What's the worst? Okay, what would be like the lowest part of your job?
The lowest part?
Yeah, like what's the most stupid part of it? Like the doofus part? Like with cops, it's being park and meter job.
Okay, that's a good example. I guess mine would be like the basic chores. Instead of actually getting to study them and interact with them, I'd be the one picking up all the pieces from everybody else. So like,
there's an elephant over there, guys.
Yeah, I'd basically be doing cleanup duty for everybody after everything's happened and gone and done and over with. That's probably the suckiest part of it. Just in the background doing nothing.
Now, can you be infinitely stuck there, or can you get out of that?
You can. What do you mean? Get out?
Like,
of
let's say you're stuck there, and everyone's like, "Stay there."
Stuck where?
In like the background area.
Oh no, you can get out of it. Of course.
Okay.
It's just with any job, the new person's going to be stuck with the dumb chores that nobody wants to do. Eventually, you just got to work your way up the ladder.
Yeah, we always do that at
Your job.
Yeah, we do that at our area. We just put everyone in tubes and flaps because we don't want to touch that.
He's talking about tires, by the way. Tires.
Yeah, but
Just to give a little context, tubes and flaps.
tubes and flaps. We always put them on the condom area. So, what's the best part? What would be the highest area?
The highest,
Getting out there,
No,
touching those
yeah,
elephants,
basically like getting to interact with everything,
getting
and
to
being,
touch.
yeah, just
These
being up and
elephants.
personal with everything. You
Oh.
know?
Oh. Oh. Okay, dude.
You okay?
Hamsters? Okay, explain to me, since you're a zoologist, hamsters, are they like native? Like, are they in the wild? Because I've never seen a hamster in the wild. Or are they like genetic?
To be honest with you,
And where do they come from? If they're genetic.
I'm not really sure, but I know guinea pigs are wild.
Yes, then people eat them.
Yeah,
Thanks
so
to
I'm guessing.
South Africa.
I'm guessing hamsters would be too, because you got. Shut up! I stutter.
No, I wasn't laughing at that. I
Oh.
don't care about your stutter.
Because there's even smaller creatures like, a field mouse. They only get like that big, about 2 inches long.
Or an ant.
Talking about mammals, like rodents and stuff
Oh,
like that.
mammals? Oh, freaking.
There's a kangaroo rat and stuff like that,
Mole.
and the moles, and you got the elephant shrew.
Tardigrade.
Who?
Tardigrade?
Talking about the little, called the
The only thing that can live through everything, basically.
the water something, the water.
Oh, the water pig or something.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
water pig. That's what it's called.
Yeah, like the tiny microscopic
Yeah,
thing.
you
Is
can't
that considered a mammal?
No, it's not a mammal.
I know it's alive,
Oh, well, yeah.
but I
Those
thought it had
bacteria.
hair. I thought it had hair.
I mean, to be a mammal, these are the basic.
It's gotta have hair and lay eggs.
No.
Gotta have hair, breathe air,
Yeah. It's gonna have.
and doesn't lay eggs.
These are the basic ones. They have to give a live birth. They
What
have
about
to
the
ha-
platypus?
And the echidna. Can't forget the echidna. Can't leave him out too.
The enchilada?
Yeah.
The urchin?
The urchin. Well, they have to have a live birth. They have to have hair. They have to be warm-blooded as well and produce milk. So that's where the echidna and the platypus come into play with hair, warm-blooded, produce milk.
I've been producing milk recently.
You might want to go to your doctor. I think you and Morgan swapped pills by accident. Thought your chest
It's-
looked bigger.
It's just a personal issue, okay? I just wanted to know what it's like.
I'm lactating.
I'm
I've saved so much. I've saved so much
lactose.
money on milk.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Lactose tolerant.
Alright. So, what if you have to study the platypus? Are you going to be angry about that because you're
Not
confused?
at all.
Where are they native, huh?
Australia.
You don't want to go there right now.
Not right now.
I don't think anybody wants to go there.
But I've been watching the TV show Crikey. It's the Irwins. About Steve Irwin's family and everything, and how they're trying to expand the Australia Zoo that he started up with him and his family. Shut up. I enjoy that stuff, okay?
I mean, Steve Irwin was my hero. It's just they can't
Mm.
expand because koalas are going to go extinct.
Shut up. It says they're functionally extinct because so many have died at once and so many eucalyptus trees have died. But as long as there's still two breeding pair, they're not extinct. It may take years and years and years for them to get back in numbers, but they're not going to be extinct if there's still two.
Acting like you know stuff like you're a zoologist.
I try to keep it. I really do enjoy it. Like I got bird watching books and dog books and cat books. I used to identify it because we used to go on like days road trips.
I got books about my neighbors, so does that count as a zoologist?
Called a stalker.
Oh.
It's illegal in most states.
Do I need to see a zoologist? Well, wait, you went on trips and stuff just to birdwatch?
Oh, I mean, we'd go up to Michigan. It would take us about 2 days to get there. And so we'd stop at every single state because my grandfather is paralyzed from the knees down. And he had to get out, stretch his legs, get blood flow to his feet. So we'd have to stop.
But he's
30 minutes.
paralyzed. He can't stretch.
He knees down. He can still move his legs, but he can't.
Does he walk on his knees?
No.
Can he walk on his knees?
No.
But
he still walks, but he just cannot feel anything from the knees down.
there's one of my friends. He was in a car wreck and he can't feel anything from his waist down. He's supposed to be in a wheelchair, but he taught himself to walk.
That's basically how my grandfather is, but he's getting so old and he's having so many issues that he can only walk a few steps.
So he's immune to stubbing his toe.
I've literally seen the doctor snip his toenail off, his entire toenail. Like literally get up under it and just cut it off.
Why?
Because it was infected. He had a fungus growing under it, and he just kind of cut it off. And what are you doing?
Making sure it's okay. There's. Anyways, just ignore me. Stop bullying me. Anyways, so wait, what paralyzed him?
Just one being in the Vietnam War. Agent Orange kind of messed him up with.
Oh yeah.
Messed up his nerves and everything, and then being a severe diabetic messed it up, and having neuropathy really bad, and then him being in like 7 car crashes and like completely shattering his legs almost every single time, kind of messed it up.
Every time he wakes up and just.
Well, literally, he'll be driving, and then he spaces out. He doesn't know where he's at, and he just goes blank.
He just has a Vietnam flashback.
Basically, and before you know it, you're hitting the side of the guardrail, or you're crashing.
Have you been in the
tree.
car during this?
When we hit the guardrail, it was.
Was that scary?
Yeah, it was the middle of the night.
Grandma!
Yeah, what happened? And he hits the guardrail. My grandmother screams. I scream. I was like 7 years old in the back seat asleep because it was like 12 o'clock.
My pizza almost fell.
That scared me.
That scared me too, dude.
It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. He just boom, and you're like, ah.
How bad was the damage?
Yeah, it was really just a big scrape. That was it. But there was no dents or anything like that. It was just scraped along the side. It sounded worse than it was.
No, that's a lot of damage.
I'm like talking about when most people hit a guardrail, it bends the door, it'll break the fender and everything. It was just a scrape on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was just.
Yeah, just.
So, what'd you do in Michigan? I'm interviewing you now.
It's where my dad lives. So we'd go up there and visit for like a week or so, and then we'd come back. And what's into next year?
So wait, why is he up there?
0110.
No, nice try though. Trying to. Nice try.
But he moved up there because how I understood it growing up was that he owed too much to the state. So he just kind of moved out of state to get away from it. That's how I understood it as a child. That's how it was explained to me.
So you're telling me your dad owes a bunch of loans?
It was like back child support for me and a whole bunch of other stuff and like court and everything. Yeah. My mom never put him in jail or anything. Never called the cops or.
So okay.
Yeah, like she wouldn't do anything like that when
my
she came
mom's
out.
back on child support also, but I mean,
She's
just,
like,
as long as you're paying, you're fine.
Well, he hasn't paid in a few years, but
you're out of the system,
yeah, exactly.
so everything's fine now.
So he moved up there when I was like 2 or 3, and he's been up there ever since.
I don't really like to talk about my childhood.
Yeah.
We can talk about it afterwards, but
You want to talk about it on the podcast? Everybody know your darkest secrets?
Nah.
I believe I was a weird child growing up.
You were the weird child?
I think so. But I was like not sustainable. Like I was the weird child that everybody could handle. Like everybody was fine with it, and then there were even like weirder children than me that nobody really wanted to associate with.
What do you mean by weird?
Nobody wanted to talk to me, so I talked to myself, and that So that labeled me as weird. But then there was the people that ran like Naruto and like did like.
So wait, you're putting yourself in the middle of them.
Huh?
Are you putting yourself in the middle of them?
Between the normal people, and then there's me, and then there's the weird kids that run like Naruto and like scream "Hoi oh!" and all sorts of other noises during class. Yeah, I'm like right there in the middle between everybody.
Okay. I would just like to say, where does that classify me? Because I was in class, and I had a marker, and I started drawing on my face because I thought I was being cool. And I was drawing on my face,
You're the
and
tryhards.
I drew on my face, and I thought it was like a war scene. Like, you know how they like, you know how they like do this? They get the dirt and they rub it on their cheek.
Oh,
That's what I did. I went, and turns out it got everywhere. I did more than what, because I have ADD. I have bad ADD, and I just started drawing. I just got carried away. I was like,
so you're
just like, what are you doing?
You're the tryhard that zones out.
Yeah, I have.
You're like, watch this. You're just like you're staring in one spot for like 5 minutes. Everybody's gone. You're like, hey, where'd everybody go?
I zone out. I have bad short term too. I can't remember what I ate last night.
I mean that.
I don't know what I did.
Like if it's not important to me, I won't remember it. That's why everybody told me their secrets in high school. I didn't care. They're like, hey, so and so did this.
What's the craziest thing you've heard?
I don't know. I don't remember. I really don't. But then,
well, stuff like that I can remember because it's always that tea I gotta get. And the craziest thing I think I've heard, and I can't really say it on the podcast, but it was something sexual.
Oh, fun.
And it was about somebody else, and that was the biggest
thing.
Then
yeah, stuff like that. That always just passed around during high school, middle school.
This was bad.
How bad we talking? Like not rated bad, rated R.
Not rated bad.
Oh,
like
what's There's another one after that.
There's multiple things that went down in Coleman High School.
Fun.
And because I was the kid that was friends with everyone, because in high school
that was me.
In high school, I was friends with everyone.
Yeah, same. I knew everybody's name.
My first day in high school, my 9th grade year, I had my head shaved like Skrillex, and that's where I picked up the name Skrillex. And then my nickname,
gotcha.
Yeah, my nickname in school was Skrill Daddy X by my senior year.
Wait, let's talk about nicknames after you get done with this story.
Huh?
Let's talk about nicknames after you get done with this story.
Yeah, my nickname was Skrill Daddy X in school. It evolved from Skrillex because I was in soccer. I walk in and Pedro goes, Skrillex! And that's when my name became Skrillex. And then 10th grade it became Skrill Dad. And then in the middle of 10th grade, because I missed the beginning of 10th grade, I was at Cold Springs. Mm-hmm. And then the beginning of 10th grade, when I was at Cold Springs, it was just David, and that's where I met Clint, which, different story, I'll talk to him later. But whenever I swapped back over to Coleman High School, it was Skrill Dad, and then at the end of it, it was Skrill Daddy.
Uh-huh.
And then in 11th and 12th, it was Skrill Daddy X. Because I think 11th I didn't do soccer, or I did do soccer. I don't know. I didn't like soccer as much because I was awful at it, but I thought I was good. Yeah, I wish I was better. I got bullied kind of for that. But I gained a bunch of friends from it, which Coleman High School's great for that. Non-bully tolerance. You just got a bunch of idiots. A lot of them. And I was friends with everyone. Like my 9th grade, because I was on the recording team, like I did the news for Coach Drake. And I was in the Special Olympics recording, and I would hear people be like, "Hey, is that Skrillex?"
I volunteered for the Special Olympics 2 years in a row, and I got 2 T-shirts from it. I did. I helped. They gave me like a kid or two, and I would take them to their events, and they'd do it.
I just can't.
It was fun. One dude, he really didn't want to be there, so I tried to encourage him, and he would just want to get everything done with and go sit down.
I just can't. You're like,
dude,
come on.
People that do the marathons are wicked fast.
Yeah, dude.
Like I be honest, I didn't expect it at all. Like, no.
No, I'm not rude. I have a mild form of autism. I'm just saying that now. I'm gonna put that out there. I don't know if that changes our friendship. I have a thing where I can get randomly irritated. Like multiple things will irritate me. I'll get like sensory overload, and then also.
to be honest, I think everybody has that.
I get aggressive.
But I think everybody has it at a certain extent. Like, most people can handle it better than others, and there's people that can't do two things at once, like chew gum and talk. That makes sense.
Let's not talk about me like that.
I wasn't referring to you. There's some people that can like do 4 or 5 things at once and be fine. Like my mother.
I'd like to add savants. Have you heard of savants and stuff?
That sounds like a fancy
chocolate.
Savant.
It's an autistic person, but they're like really. I almost threw up on the podcast. Holy cow! Anyways, it's like where they're super smart. Like one of them, he took a all
Is it kind
around
of like
flight.
The Good Doctor?
Well, I've never seen that. No.
Oh. Well,
So he takes a helicopter ride over New York City, and he draws it out.
I saw that.
Just from one ride. The Rain Man or whoever the heck it is.
Look, when everybody says Rain Man,
encyclopedia.
I think of Chocolate Rain.
Chocolate.
Yeah, that's the first person I think of. That's not the right dude.
No, this guy. So he was. He got bullied and stuff. So what he did was. You gonna sneeze? Bless
Try
you.
not to.
But he started reading encyclopedias and he read them all, and he retained all the knowledge. So you could ask him anything, he would know right off
Is
the bat.
that the dude on Jeopardy?
No, this guy's dead.
Oh, oops, sorry.
Yeah. Well, he died because of this thing. There's twins. These two twins are basically the same thing, and they also communicate telepathically, or something like that. Yeah. It's pretty weird. They can tell what they're either thinking, and they're both savants.
Yeah.
It's already been tested.
Oh no.
It's pretty weird. You should look this stuff up. Another one does math right off the spot. He can recite. He is. I think he's the record holder for reciting pi. And I know 3.1459.
You messed up.
It's 3.145962. What is it then?
3.14159.
I don't believe you. I should have done that to you.
I don't know where I got that from. I think I saw it on a TV show.
I don't know. I like it. It's so toxic.
You made honor roll. Did you really?
Are you sure? So.
What was your topic that we're talking about?
We're gonna go on nicknames, but we're talking about savants and like how some of them are super smart.
I still like the telepathic one. I mean, I guess you can understand it because when couples they've been married for so long, one person will turn to the other and say the first word, and they'll finish the entire sentence. They're like, "How'd you know what I was thinking?" Stuff like that. Never.
Well,
heard of that?
there's things called like twin language, right?
No. Oh
Where-
yeah. I saw that on Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler played Jack and Jill.
No.
Have you not seen that movie?
No.
It's pretty funny. I enjoyed it.
I heard
It's
it was
my
awful.
opinion, but my girlfriend says I have a bad taste in movies because I thought the Emoji Movie was pretty good too. I did. I enjoyed it. If you don't know me, I like animation movies. Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks.
Well, you're gonna be excited about this. I have Disney Plus.
I woke up at 5 o'clock that morning, set everything up, went back to sleep, and woke up again and watched like 3 hours of TV shows, and then went to work at 2. Yeah, like
Speaking of that,
and it
update.
crashed.
We need an update.
First day, it crashed. I'm sorry, but it crashed.
It crashed. We need an update. How far along are you on The Simpsons?
I'm not very far at all.
You failed us.
I know. Because I found a good show on Netflix. It's called The Repair Shop, and I enjoyed that. And
you
then,
need to watch The Simpsons. You've already been devoted to this.
Yeah. Then I got the Animal Planet app last night.
That's not Simpsons.
I know.
Sorry.
What was it last time? Do you remember?
It was like season 6.
Season 6. What? What episode?
Episode
Wrong.
16? I don't know. Episode no. I don't know. What is it?
I don't know.
What are you at right now? You better be
Season 7, episode 3.
Okay, good. I know it's Rose.
Huh?
But not too much.
Yeah.
You need to
It
watch
rose
some
maybe
more.
about 7 episodes since last time.
You need to watch more.
I don't know.
You gotta watch them all.
Yeah.
Well,
I actually want to because there's like 32 seasons.
Well,
30's
wanna
on
talk
here,
about-
and then Hulu's got the other two.
Other two what seasons?
So there's 30 on Disney Plus, and then the last two are on Hulu.
Wow, Hulu.
Because
came out
Hulu
clutch.
and Disney Plus have a package
Yeah.
plan.
So nicknames, and then I got another topic.
So nicknames, like, was that your earliest nickname you've ever received? Was the Skrillex?
Yeah, it was my actual true nickname.
Sorry, I heard.
The tornado siren's been going on and off recently. I don't know what the heck that is. Yeah,
That's not scared to you at all? Like,
it's
none?
been scaring Morgan. I've been working. I don't care about that.
I don't want to die.
No,
Just
she was like,
remember,
"Why
man."
is the tornado siren going off?" And it'll go, "Oh," and that's it.
Somebody over there just cranking it, and he gets tired. And it cranks
But
it
also,
again.
it's also an air raid siren, so probably somebody's like seeing a plane, like, "Oh, it's just a plane. It's not
It's a
Ukraine."
star. It's a star.
But anyways, yeah, that was my first true nickname.
So did your mama never give you a nickname?
I don't want to talk about those. Bubble butt, baby boy.
Mama called me Boo Boo for like the longest.
Mine's bubble butt because I had a diaper that was full.
And then she called my brother Crumb Snatcher, and then me Chunky Dunker. Yeah. That's what our mama's nicknames were for us. He's called Crumb Snatcher because when he was younger, he would eat everything off his plate, crumbs and all. And I made a joke about if skinny people go skinny dipping, why don't fat people go chunky dunking? And then she called me Chunky Dunker from then on.
Well,
But you didn't have any nicknames like in elementary school or middle school or.
no, I changed schools a lot.
Oh.
I never got to fully settle down and go, well, let's talk about another topic. Childhood ruined. We're going off the grid because this is not what I had in mind.
Yeah, I know.
But I wanted to talk about this. Alright, so there's a song called Childhood Ruined by Animation Domination High Def.
They
And
sound
I'm gonna-
familiar.
It's from Fox. It was a big thing, and it was
Oh,
my
that's
favorite.
why.
It was my favorite like stuff. And one of their skits was Childhood Ruined, and it was a song about your childhood getting ruined. And I'm gonna say some of them off. I don't know if you know these. You know the original Little Mermaid story, The Little Mermaid Dies.
Oh, at least the Little Minute Maid story. I was like, what? But Little
No.
Mermaid, yeah, she cuts her legs apart and tries to sew them back together. Yeah, really dark German version. Yes, David.
But golly. So, another one is you remember Land Before Time?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
that's
remember Little
animation.
Ducky?
Yeah.
You remember her quack? The reason why she left the show is because her father killed her.
Yeah.
That's why her quack didn't come back.
That's so messed up. But yeah, on her tombstone, it has the picture of the animation ducky, like the little dinosaur. And
Yeah.
below it says, "Yep, yep, yep."
Oh, dude, that's so depressing.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, golly. Another one. You know E.T.? Do you like that movie? E.T.?
You told me about this one.
Yeah.
Talking about the midget playing E.T.
Yeah, it was played by a kid born with no legs.
Oh yeah, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a midget.
You
I've
like
heard-
Milo and Otis?
Talking about the cat dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, tons of dogs died in that movie.
Oh God.
They broke a bunch of acts, like bunch of dog and animal acts.
Yeah, you're ruining my childhood. Sure. You like Barney?
like
Yeah,
reading?
he's a sex offender, huh?
You like reading? You like
they cut down
books?
trees.
Do you like books?
Yeah.
Alright, so the writer.
The writer of your book, your favorite book, whatever it is.
Here, I'm gonna look some up.
I wonder if there's a wackaroo in your childhood.
I never had a childhood.
I grew up very fast, like mentally, as a child.
You wait, what?
I grew up mentally very fast.
You grew up fast? No.
Like mentally. Mentally, yes.
I don't believe you.
No, because at 12, I'm the size I am now was the size I was at 12.
Mentally?
So, no, like the size, like I was 71 inches tall at 12 years old, and so all the fun stuff teenagers get to do and stuff like that, and kids get to do, I didn't get to do it anymore because of my size. So trick or treating and stuff like that.
Trick or treat.
Yeah, but that's basically how it went. They're like, "Aren't you a little old?" I'm like, "I'm 12." They're like, really?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Trick or treat.
You're a grown adult. No, I'm not. But now I go trick or treating more now than I did when I was younger because I don't care anymore. It's fun. I enjoy dressing up.
All right. The author of Peter Pan, he forged a will to get custody of kids that Peter killed himself.
Oh.
The guy that wrote James and the Giant Peach really hated the Jews.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And Lewis Carroll from Wonderland was a pedophile.
I don't know what that is.
The writer of The Giving Tree was a poetry machine, but his children's poems were so pornographic they were released in Playboy magazines.
Oh.
Yeah.
Giving Tree gave a lot.
Did you ever watch Ferris Bueller?
The Ferris Bueller's Day Off thing?
Yeah. I think the principal was a registered sex offender.
Huh.
Yeah. But yeah. That was some good stuff.
That ruined a lot of memories.
There's a lot of other stuff. There's like I have video of Tom Kenny cussing. Also, okay, Tom Kenny, SpongeBob. Alright, Did you ever watch Transformers?
Which one?
The one with the robot that acts like a RC car.
Some of the animation or the real one?
The real one.
Oh yeah. He cusses all the time.
Yeah, that's Tom Kenny.
Oh.
Yes.
I pieced it together now.
Yeah. That's there's other videos of him cussing on YouTube, but then
you look up any child actor, they're not going to stick with child TV shows and movies. They're going to branch out, of course, to make more money. Just like Captain America and the new one, Knives Out, he cusses.
Oh my gosh.
And then he's...
So I showed you the video of Iron Man kissing.
Yes. Such a dumb movie. Video. But there was a movie from a long time ago. Not a long time ago. Maybe like early 2000s, late 1990s.
Was this before Avengers?
Yes.
So it don't matter because this is before the Avengers.
But I'm just saying, he literally walks out into the living room with his genitals covered in whipped cream, his butt crack covered in whipped cream, and his nipples covered in whipped cream, and he just stands there.
Heck yeah.
I'm like, Captain America.
Captain America. Duh.
And everybody's like, he cussed. I'm like, he was butt naked. I'm like, that's not worse than saying one word.
That was his past.
That was his past on his future.
Well, now that we got the childhood ruin stuff out of the way, I don't know if you have any more. But our other topics that I had set out, let me see if I can load them up. So, my dream, I forgot to talk about my dream. Alright, so I was wanting to be a programmer for Google.
Oh,
and
wow.
I actually had a internship that I was going to go to.
And you didn't go.
No, I didn't, because here's the thing. So with the internship, you'd get paid $5,678 a month. You get free transportation, free home, free living, free food. You'd get free everything, and you just get paid. But you'd have to move to California, and it's only 11 months. So there's that.
I'm not seeing a downside here, sir.
It only being 11 months that you have a job.
But you're in California. You've worked with Google.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to work with
That's
Google.
a pretty good resume already. I've worked for Google. You're hired, sir.
Well, I mean, I've helped them out and stuff. I've done a lot of their stuff to help them out with.
You're pretty good with technical stuff.
I am very good with technical stuff. I'm good with programming. I used to be. I haven't trained my mind with that stuff in a while, but I should remember half of it.
I'm not.
Yeah, I've trained. I don't know this stuff fluently anymore, but I know Java, C++, C#, Ruby, which Ruby is obsolete.
You know why I know these things?
HTML.
No. Oh. I thought you were answering me. I know these things because ERB, Epic Rap Battles of History, did one with Bill Gates and Steve Jobs.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason I know.
That's so, I love that one, though.
It's very good.
Do you get half the reference in there? I thought you knew.
A little bit.
GNU. Or, I can't remember the actual thing. It's a Linux-based thing.
Linux.
Yeah, it's Linux.
Yes.
Do you know what Linux is?
Can you? Yes, I do. But do you know? Explain. So,
Yes. So
explain to the viewers.
Linux.
Know.
Linux is mostly a free operating system that you can put on almost anything. Like, whenever you walked up to the truck, what I was looking at was a phone that had a Linux on it. It had I don't know what Linux I had on it. On my PC, I have a virtual disk set as Linux. It's the Deepin files, which not sponsored, but the Deepin Linux files. The ISO, if you can get it and load it onto your computer and boot it up, that's a good one. Another OS that's really good is Remix OS. It's an Android-based operating system, which I have a computer over there running it right now. I have it fully set to run off Remix OS.
That's a TV, sir.
No, it's the box beside it. The
You're
box.
just mad.
That's the. But no, I have the box that's beside it running Remix. I have another flash drive over there running Remix OS too. It's a good OS, and I want it to run on my phone. But with Linux, you're able to. It's like it's if Windows and Mac had a baby that's free. You don't have to pay any medical bills. Yeah, Linux is pretty good. Kali Linux is one of the best things that probably the one everyone uses. It's hacking.
When you say these things, I think you're talking about somebody. Because my little cousin's name is Linux.
Oh, that's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
Our kid.
And then you said Kylie Linux. What'd you say?
Please tell me a kid that you know is named Kylie Linux.
No.
Dang it.
I know, but Kylie and Linux sound like names to me, so.
Somebody is outside.
Is your door locked?
Yes, my door's
Okay,
locked.
good.
Nobody's coming in here, trust me.
No, you don't know that.
I promise nobody's coming in here.
Hey, just walk in. Hey! Oh. Just cries for you. It's okay.
It's okay. I lost a bet. But, so you got Kali Linux, which I have on my computer also, and it's for hacking. Like, you're able to get into Wi-Fi and stuff. It's really fun. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling animals.
Shut up. Did we tell them about what was it? Our very first podcast? What I was doing the entire time?
No. What was it?
Looking up pachyderms and stuff as we're doing the. You don't remember me telling you that?
No. Oh, no, I don't.
You should.
I have bad memory.
Like the one where everybody's at their own house was our very first one, right?
That was the first one for you.
Yeah. So the second one then.
Yeah. So the second one that we introduced you in.
About halfway through, I had nothing else to do, and I couldn't play a game because I can't have my mind at trying to focus on a game and then try to focus to talk.
Yeah, that's why I wanted us together, so we don't have.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a computer screen, and it's higher quality.
Yeah. So basically, halfway through, I was like, pachyderms.
Pachyderms.
I was looking at hippos and elephants and all sorts of stuff, and Stop. No, I was not.
Oh. Oh, rhinos. Unmutes Mike. Yeah, pachyderms. Pachyderms.
So yeah, that's what I was doing for like about halfway through, because I had nothing else to do because I couldn't just sit there and just stare at the screen with nothing to do.
We'll do a video chat if we have to. Which Tristan got accepted into Auburn, so we're gonna have to work around that.
Yeah, yeet.
We gonna party. It's gonna be on the Patreon. But one thing that I always wanted to do was work for Google, and you don't have to have a college degree sometimes to work with them. As long as you know your stuff, you're fine. So that's one good thing. But I failed college. Forgive me. Yeah, I failed college. I was so confused about what was going on.
What do you mean?
So with college, it was so confusing for me because it's new. I'm used to a school setting where I don't pay attention and I still make A's. That's how I've always learned. I've been school to school, and after my ADD medication kicked in and stuff, that's how school was for me. It was, I don't pay attention, but I still make A's somehow. I'm just saying I don't know how it worked, but I passed.
I'm amazing.
I'm just, And then I went to college, and for some reason why there's an introduction class, there's another introduction class that you got to go through. English, as soon as you get there, you have to have a book for $300, and only thing you need from that book is a piece of paper, so you can't resell this book. I have a programming book over there that I do not use. I used for the cover of Jim's tank, for Jim's box. That's what it's used for. That's a $300 book that I'll rip up right there in front of me. That's how much I care about that book.
I know. I applied to Montevallo in 2018 after I graduated high school.
Yeah.
And I went to the introduction class and paid the $100 and everything that we had to do. And then
This is a class like that goes into your schedule.
What?
Like it's a part of your college schedule.
What
you
is?
have to go to this training class.
Oh yeah.
This is like.
Yeah, it was mandatory.
Yeah, it's mandatory.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing, and then they're like, "You gotta buy this book to do this class."
So with Montevallo, they gave us a PDF file of the book for every single class. They're like, here it is for free. I'm like, oh. Then I looked at my tuition when I'd have to pay 10% down, and then they wanted it done in 3 payments. It was over $6,000 for one term. I was like, I can't do that. So a week before school started, I was like, hey, I gotta drop out. I was like, I can't afford that.
I'm broke.
Yeah,
I'm broke, boy.
I'm not getting paid that much money. If you want $6,000, you have to wait about 14 years.
Just to get 6,000?
For the job I was working at, yes.
Where are you working?
I was working at... Why'd you do that?
Drum roll, but lightly drum roll so I don't ear rape everyone.
I was working at like a little variety store. Like a little dollar store, but I had everything from like party supplies to like motor oil.
So Wild Thing?
What? No.
I knocked over my yogurt!
Cry.
Just end the podcast right now.
Cry about it.
So we're drinking yogurt. That's how we started it off, by sipping yogurt. And I knocked over my yogurt, and now it's just all over the table.
Why is yours... It says smoothie on the side, but why is that thick? Like, when I think of smoothie, that should be like running right now.
Smoothie? What kind of smoothie are you drinking?
Like, it hit the ground, hit the table, and it has not moved.
No, but it's everywhere.
It's one spot.
It's everywhere, Tristan. Ew. Ew. That was so nasty, dude. I don't know if you've ever cleaned a house with like gloves on and then like you're grabbing nasty stuff. It feels so realistic.
You dropped some clothes, it looks like.
Shut up. Where?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You just used like 7 napkins.
Shut up.
This is why the trees are dying. you using 7 napkins for a small spill. Now you trying to shove it. Yeah, is it gonna fit?
Anything can fit.
Cut your finger as you're trying to shove it in the bottle.
I lose my finger. If I lose my finger, I get a lot of money, so I'll gladly lose my finger.
Alright, put it on the table.
I gotta turn that down whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
So you got me wanting to be a programmer, and then I never did. I can program things. Like I had a Raspberry Pi.
Raspberries.
You know what a Raspberry Pi is? I'm about to blow your freaking mind.
Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, do you know what a Raspberry Pi is? The programming form of it. Not the food, the programming form of it.
No.
It's a PC that is the size of your hand. That's how big it is. There's some that are this big.
I don't get it.
It's an actual PC that's this big.
It's a computer outside of it.
Yeah, see here. I'll look up an image for you. Shut up. Quit bullying my hands.
I have a PC that small. It's a radio.
That's a radio.
It looks like a little PC. It's like that big.
No, this is actual full running, like a system UI and stuff.
Oh, isn't that what a phone is?
It's a PC though, like where you're able to put Python scripts on and run
That's a
stuff.
phone.
You can't compile Python scripts and run it like that.
I can look up pictures of pythons though.
Dadgummit. Alright, so this is a Raspberry Pi. I'm showing you an image of it. That's a Raspberry Pi. That's a Raspberry
It's
Pi
a
3.
motherboard.
Yeah, that's the thing. Here.
You said PC.
Let me show you then. Here. If you're not gonna freaking believe me.
It's an actual working.
Here, this is the boot. This is the boot drive for it.
Okay. You said it's working. Where's the screen? Where's the mouse? Where's the
You
keyboard?
gotta plug it in. Look.
Then it's not that small. Then you gotta. Plug
Yes, it is.
You gotta
It's
plug
this
it to
tiny.
You can
Oh
plug
my
it to other
gosh.
things though.
Look, so
Is that the screen? Where's the
that's
screen?
the HDMI back there. You're able to put a screen on it. I actually have the parts in there. That's the CPU. That's the part for the screen if you want to put a touch screen on it. That's the pins for if you want to put a freaking fan on it, which don't do. There's the Ethernet, which you don't have to use. It has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. You plug in the mouse here. The charger's right there. Let me find another picture.
So basically,
Here we go. So HDMI plug-in. That's all you need. And then, of course, you need a mouse and keyboard plugged into it.
So, actually, since you got to plug in the mouse and keyboard,
It's still the size of this. Because
now with mouse and keyboard, it's the size of this. Like that.
now there's some people that's put it up, like plugged it into their their keyboard. That's hooked it up to their keyboard.
Exactly. So you
Look,
gotta
here's
factor
one
in the
running
size of the
Kali
keyboard
Linux.
and the mouse.
Look, there's one running Kali Linux, and it's the size of the thing.
Who is she again? That's fun triggering you over computer stuff.
I get really triggered.
I can tell.
So here's a Raspberry Pi Zero.
So Kylie Jenner's on the Raspberry Pi.
In the podcast now. This episode's gonna be I get triggered about technology. That's one big thing here.
What did Bruce turn his name into again? Caitlin?
Yeah, because I'm feeling like the man.
So Bruce turned to Caitlin, right?
I'm pretty sure something like that. I don't know.
I can't remember his new name.
There.
Her new name.
That's
I don't know.
it's this. I'm gonna plug it into my mouse. There's actually
But then
there's
you get,
actually a build where it's the mouse.
well, then you got to factor in the size of the mouse and the keyboard because you got to connect it to that to make it
You don't
work.
have a keyboard with the keyboard's already built in. Stop gaslighting me. Swear.
Yeah.
Isn't the elephant a part of the gerbil family?
Actually, the closest living relative of the elephant is a type of rodent.
Yeah.
So technically, you are kind of correct about that one, sir.
I know.
Look how that backfires.
No, I knew.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew.
I know Kylie Jenner was in the JavaScript.
She was. Stop gaslighting me.
He's shaking if you can't see it.
I'm about to blow up. No, one thing I hate the most is like some people, because I'm good with Android phones. Like I've modified mine completely. Like where the nav bar is hidden and it has a custom nav bar and everything. Like my phone's custom now.
What's a nav bar?
Nav bar? Forget your lock thing's different. Put in your code real fast.
It's in.
Okay. This.
Oh, that's a nav bar.
Because Google has their own little custom nav bar. They have like a little iPhone style, and then they have the 3 button, but I have mine like this. Where it's like, and then also
I don't
going
see
back.
anything.
Look at the bottom.
What? Okay, what? I really don't see anything when you're doing that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's very, very small.
Yeah, I made it small. And then if you hold all the way up, it does that. And you'll pull down notification panel.
Wow.
Or that.
It is like super small.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't see it, David.
Quit bullying me. But yeah, one thing I hate.
That big.
One thing I hate so much is when like somebody's phone's being slow and it's just their phone, but they're like, yeah, it's probably an app I installed. I'm like, no, you're just running a quad core. It's
yes.
Yes. You're like, I could go all days about phones, dude. I love phones.
I'll sit here and just nod, smile. I got my limits.
So you don't know anything about technology?
I know basics.
Like, what's your basics? And I swear, if you say,
If I say what?
If you're like, yeah, I know how to turn the phone on.
You know how to charge it.
I
I know how to clear the. I know how to do like settings and stuff.
Clear the what?
Clear the pages that you got open.
I was say clear the cache. I was like, that's actually kind of advanced.
Well, yeah, that's easy.
Clearing the cache on a phone?
Yes.
I mean, some people can't.
Oh, sorry to those people. I know how to clear the cache. I also know how to clear
How do you clear your cache though?
Yep.
Don't you dare save the Files app.
No, you go to settings.
Okay. There's a Files app built in for your phone, and it says it clears the cache, but sometimes it don't.
I just go to settings. Same thing as history. Just go there and like clear all or delete all.
Go.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure you do. Do you have developer options enabled?
You sure about that?
Do you know how to enable developer options? That's like the coolest thing in Android ever.
Never heard of it.
Unlock your phone, I'll show you. One thing cool is, so you go to... Do you have Face ID enabled or Face kind of ID? So...
Make a weird face, it doesn't recognize me.
Yeah. So it's not true Face ID.
Yeah.
So you go to settings. Why did it load that up? I've never seen that before. Anyway, so you go about phone. You go to status. Yeah. No, don't go to status. Don't go to status, everyone.
Software information?
Oh, yeah.
Edit?
Where am I at? I'm upside down.
How about you turn it?
Well, I want you to see too.
I don't
Software information.
I just told you that.
And then you go, you go to build number.
Why are you tapping it so much?
Enter your password. You tap the build number 5 or 7 times.
Oh. Sounds like a little hidden code thing.
Yeah.
Hey, if turned on. Okay, what does that mean?
Alright, so. With that, you go back. And then back again. Ta-da, developer options. And there's a bunch of crazy stuff that you can enable on your phone.
Stay awake.
Yeah,
no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Take bug report. I'll do this later.
Yeah. You're like, take
it,
bug report, and everyone's like...
What? I don't know.
Now, another thing, I'm able to, whenever your phone turns off, it turns off every app, basically. It's called nap time, and you gotta enable it through ADB commands, which is really cool. Yeah, enough nerd talk.
What was this topic about?
we were talking about broken dreams, and then I got caught up in technology, which I could go all day about, boy.
Well, we kind of talked about your dreams getting smashed because for some reason you didn't want to go work for Google.
Okay.
You paid over $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month, and then get free everything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have met Morgan, then I wouldn't have. And I had other things. I had other things like there was a lot.
So why don't you do it now?
There was a lot of prerequisites I had to acquire. Well, I had to learn C++ fluently. I don't know C++ that well.
See, when you use C++, it turns it into a B minus.
I swear. Well, so with C++, what you can do, I always do this. I don't know why stop bullying me. Anyways, so you know the Google Assistant? Yes. It's coded with C++. And that's how I got into all of this. I was asking the Google what was made in because I have an affinity for
you actually
machine
learning. Hey Google, who made you?
Yeah, it was like, what are you coded in? And she said C++. I was like, I gotta learn it.
She's like, teach me.
So I know how to make my own AI. I actually had one for a little bit on Facebook where you messaged it. You messaged it on Facebook and it would reply immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I can't look at you like that normally.
So, you had your own AI.
Yeah, but it was awful. It was.
I mean, that's pretty good for a first attempt.
It was pretty bad, though. You would ask it the weather. It would remember your name. It would remember everything about you that whenever you told it, it would remember. It would store it. I had it set to where it would store.
Yeah.
And sometimes it would be like, it would go, you would ask it the weather, and it would mess up. Sometimes it wouldn't give you the name. It wouldn't give you the name of your location.
How's weather? Yeah.
Yeah, it would go. It just wouldn't respond. It would just sit there and go on red, and it would go.
You asked too much for it.
I did. I need to set it back up. I'm pretty sure I closed down the project. I need to
reopen it and redo some things.
I need to refix it all. I had it set where it would play music. I had it set where it would read the weather. It would tell you about everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Genuinely confused. I had it set to do. I had great plans with that. I wanted it to be my own assistant, and I couldn't, and I feel bad about myself because I killed it. But the creator of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, Zuck Daddy X.
Mark Zuckerberg, yeah.
Zuckerberg. Mark sucked me off.
Golly.
But he has his own AI.
Didn't we talk about that? The conspiracy about Mark Zuckerberg, about him being an android or something?
Yeah. There's a lot of proof about that. I think he is.
Facebook created him. Facebook created itself and created Mark Zuckerberg to have like a human profile so nobody gets suspicious.
And if you friend him on Facebook, he kills you.
Just you hear him knock at your door. I'd probably scream.
Hello, let me in. No, Zuck, stay away.
Stop, no.
Zuckerberg, please. I can explain everything.
I know what you are. I know what you did.
Send message. No. No, delete.
just ask him what the weather is. Maybe he'll start.
Weather in Aniana.
I always hated that. I'd ask for the weather. It'd give me like somewhere across the state.
Mine gives me the weather right now. It's 53 degrees.
I'm not sure if you're coughing or sneezing because you.
I'm choking. Thank you.
Oh, you okay?
No. Good.
Oh, I mean, sorry. I'm so sorry. That's a weird shade of blue.
I about hit the table and I don't want to edit that again. Well, now that we talked about my failed dreams, Wyatt never got to talk about his. Wyatt, what do you think?
I think we need to turn him up a little bit.
I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he's not here.
Not sure you can see him, but he's not here today.
Well, I don't. He's. I think he's still in college.
Is he?
Yeah, he's gone for computer stuff too. Me and him's technological stuff.
That's what Joey sounds like when he's whining. My dog.
Oh.
Like when he's pouting
I was like,
and
Joey
mad.
too.
No, my dog. His name's Joey. When he gets upset or just gets mad at you because he's not getting his way, he just starts pouting. He's like, I'm like, Joey, shut up. Exactly. I'm like, stop.
Alright, well, I gotta put this pizza in the freezer.
It's defrosted by now.
Shut up. No, it's still frozen.
Morgan's gonna come home and be mad at you.
She always is.
Going back to like an hour and a half ago.
I'm doing this during the podcast. Hope you guys are okay with it.
Okay. So, do you ever want to be anything else?
Anything else?
Sounds like a programmer.
I mean, what did you want to be as a kid?
I wanted to be a veterinarian for the longest.
Really?
And then I saw something that they had to do and how much responsibility they have to do. I just can't
kill a horse.
Exactly. Like putting down pets and having to do surgery and everything else. I don't have the courage to put somebody's pet down. There's no way. The doctor's supposed to be strong, confident. Like, it's okay. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'd be right there crying with her.
You know, after time, you get numb to it.
Huh? Yeah, after time, but I'd rather not get numb to it.
Like, there's, whenever my grandmother died, the doctor walked in.
Excuse me?
The doctor walked in and he goes, yeah, she's dead.
That reminds me. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about this or not.
Man, how about we not?
Okay, that's not that. Because I don't want it to get out and then people that it's about get upset with. Because I wasn't gonna say names or anything.
Yeah, I don't feel like editing that much.
Yeah.
And we're almost done. We've been recording for an hour and 2 minutes.
That's okay.
So we'll leave that for another time whenever you want to, if you.
Yeah, I'll try to make it as vague as possible.
Okay.
For later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, is he gonna go now?
No.
I was like, I thought we were gonna go later.
I thought we discussed.
I thought we just said later. I was like, if he wants to do it now. It was like, if he wants to do it now. But after time, you get really numb to it. Like where I'm working, there's tires that can blow off, like rims and stuff. Whenever I was first there, I was so terrified because if one blows off, it can chop off my arm. Like, some guy lost his head, like, legit lost his head because it blew off.
Is he okay? I couldn't, I'm so sorry.
I mean, I think so.
Yeah, he's fine.
Last thing I heard was...
No, last thing I heard.
Golly, we're so bad, dude.
The joke you said earlier was bad.
Which?
At the store.
Oh, we don't talk about that. No, stop. That's not going on the podcast. If you guys want to hear that joke, you can hear it on the Patreon.
Not on YouTube, though.
But not on YouTube or Anchor. Excuse me, guys. How you wanting to end this podcast? We ended it with... No, I can't do that because that's going to be... I'm going to get really...
Deaf.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody's ears. We need a cool way to end this.
I thought you'd start.
Well, we can end it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Are we ever gonna make it where
we thought about this in last time. I don't know if you heard the last time. I was like, how are we gonna end this? And I was like, I know how.
How'd you end it?
We gave you a moment of silence, and then Wyatt started singing the Halo theme.
Well, I'm back. I'm doing a lot better.
Yes, Tristan is doing better.
I think it was all the milk that made me sick. Because you can testify about how much I drank in one sitting.
He drank over half a gallon.
In one sitting. It hurt. It hurt so bad. The peppers hurt.
The peppers. You're supposed to keep it in your mouth, the milk.
Yeah, I didn't. I just kept swallowing.
Yeah.
That's what. It's still hot. Let's give a moment of silence to Wyatt since he's not.
Yes. All right.
I
Let's give a moment of silence to Wyatt.
I don't know the Halo theme song, so I can't.